Hey, so I wanted to give you a demo of using the new OpenAI Codex tool. And I came across a good task to kind of show it on. So this is my app called Whisper Memos. You see the landing page here, and here it is running in Simulator. And what I'm working here with is the settings. I was looking at my settings, and I thought it's becoming quite a mess, and I would love to just group these settings into categories or like sections that I would navigate into. So I have sections now, but I don't want to display everything on one screen. I want there to be multiple screens that I can navigate into. So I dictated a pretty long prompt into Whisper Memos actually, and then I had Whisper Memos make me a summary, and then I emailed myself the summary. So here is the summary of what I dictated. I basically just talked about how I want it organized, and it came up with this markdown where it just gives me the sections that I wanted. So I took this markdown and I pasted it into Codex. And before we are here we go. So organize settings into new sections. That's the task that I created. And I can show you the prompt itself. Here it is. This is the markdown I dictated. And then I also pasted the original dictation just for good measure. So this is my monologue basically. And it came up with this resulting PR. So I kind of briefly went through it. It looks pretty good to me. It made these new screens, which makes a lot of sense. And this is a new screen. This is a new screen. This is a new screen. And the settings screen has been updated. You can see there's lots of code being removed. So, and there's watch settings screens as well. So I'm going to use their pull request functionality, and we can actually take a look at it. So this is the original code, and let's just do git fetch once it's done creating the pull request. Here we go. So let's copy the branch name. In the meantime, I'm getting Copilot to review it, and I'm also getting CodeRabbit to review it. So I'm using two AIs to review my work. And let's switch. Oops, what's going on here? This is just a fix that I didn't commit yet. Whatever. All right, so let's do git fetch, and let's check out the branch. All right, so we're now on the branch, and of course, the first question is, does it even compile? So it seems it doesn't compile, and I can already see the reason why. It didn't update our project configuration. So now it is trying to reference these classes, even though they're not in the project, but we can fix that fairly easily. We can just drag those files into our project. So maybe we can look at date modified, and we'll just, not this one, but the rest of them. We'll just drag them all into our screens folder, and now they're added. So these errors should go away. And of course it should have done it. Actually, Codex has been able to do this before in my other attempts. So I don't know why it failed now. But we'll get to that. For now, let's just try running this thing and see if it's been able to do what it promised. Basically, I would expect a one-shot perfect solution, which I don't know if we'll get, but let's see. All right, let's go into settings. And all right, this is looking pretty good so far, except there's all these spaces, but we can fix that quite easily. So we have subscription, that still works quite nicely. We can choose a new plan, makes sense. We have AI model and settings, perfect. There's language, there's the model picker, and there's the automatic paragraphs and custom spelling. Everything seems to be working. Then we have integrations, also seems to be working same way as before. Email configuration makes sense. Maybe do that, maybe do that, maybe don't do that. And then we have Apple Watch, also makes sense, and about with all these links. All right, well, I would say this did a pretty good job. The only thing I would change is go into settings screen and maybe just say Don't use separate sections for every thing. Instead, use one section for everything except for the sign out link. Only the sign out link should be on the separate section. Everything else should be on one section. So I didn't do a great job dictating that, but it's probably going to understand it anyway. As we can see, it's removing the sections. So we can confirm that, and let's run it again, see what that looks like. And I also asked it to use colors for these settings. I just saw it in some other app and I kind of liked it. Maybe I'll change my mind on that, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it looks pretty good if the colors are only used on the icons. I might change the subscription icon here. I don't like that very much. There's also some misalignment here. These are all fairly easy fixes. In general, I'm quite happy with the work that Codex has done on this one. It's a non-trivial refactoring task, and the best part is you don't have to stare at it like you do with Cursor. You can just fire it, let it run in the background, and you can work on something else, and then come back to it when the pull request is ready. So it's the same as having a human collaborator in many ways, except that this is so much faster. So in my opinion, Codex is a really fun tool to use. And maybe what I would add is, I love the idea of starting tasks on your phone while you're waiting for a bus or something like that. So you can basically implement only trivial tasks for now, but you can do it on the go. And you can use my app, Whisper Memos, to dictate your prompts, which is like you can just like walk on the street and just go and think what you would change in your app, dictate that prompt and copy it. You can copy from here very easily. And then you can just paste it into Codex and boom, off you go. So, wonderful tool.